too early.
Hey, we got up earlier yesterday.
Yeah.
Somebody had to be working 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that was early too.
At least you
So
got
this
to
is
sleep
for
in
fun,
till
right?
6. Yes, this is for fun.
Actually kind of pretty clouds. Yeah, we got to sleep in. I got to go to bed at like 8:30, so it was nice long sleep. Cool. Alright, let's go see trains.
And it's not that early if you were able to gaboink me out of bed.
Gaboing! Yes, I was. I was sort of like Tigger when
It's like, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
technically it's gonna
Sorry, I added an extra get up in there.
You did? Where are you? Can you
On
see
the
you?
screen.
No? It's kind of dark?
Very dark.
Oh well. It's gonna be fun though. I can tell. Nope, I didn't get a call.
I think you might have been on the phone with your brother.
Did you leave a message?
No.
That's the problem. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yet, amongst the middleness of this nowhereness, there is a grand theme park that we're in search of right now.
A legendary theme park.
Exactly. We've heard rumors of it.
Rumors. It's like the Blair Witch Project.
We paid a lot of money to get a map that takes us to this road. And apparently, if we take this road all the way in, we'll end up at the back of this great theme park.
The back.
The back. Then we just gotta find another road that'll take us around.
That seems scary.
I think we're brave enough to do it. What do you think, Damon?
Well, if you're brave enough, then I'm brave enough to be brave with you. How about that?
Righteous.
Righteous. Totally.
Gnarly, dude.
Gnarly dude. Alright.
Someone doesn't know how to turn.
I turned fine.
If there had been a car there, you would have been in an accident.
I'm turning fine.
Uh-huh.
I knew there was going to be no car there.
Oh, so you're psycho now?
Yep.
Whee!
Psychopathic.
Wow.
Yep, I know. It's a birthright I've had.
I really got a catch today, didn't I?
You got a catch. How'd you get a catch? You go fishing?
Mm-hmm. Went fishing and I got a Damon fish.
Yeah. Everything's all purpley. It's pretty. Look, a monorail person.
Yep. Don't know him. Knew her though.
Oh look, monorail tracks. Don't look at this video, it's backstage stuff. But since they don't put security back here anymore, I guess we're allowed to videotape it all. Roller crossing. Ding, 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 ding. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Alright. We're looking for something called the Contemporary Hotel.
Contemporary Hotel? Sounds like an
Hotel?
old name of it. I bet it's currently called Disney's Contemporary Resort.
No, I think it's more of a motel.
Motel.
I heard this Disney guy is really cheap.
Yeah, that's true. Cheapo. Look, more monorail beam. Oh, there's the hotel. Oh, where are the windows?
It's a little small to be a hotel.
You think that's too small?
It's a little. There's no entrance.
I do not know. There's a hotel over there.
Why don't we try it?
I don't know. It doesn't look like a motel.
Well, it says Contemporary on it.
I think I'm going to have to break the law to turn left here. It says no turn left. Or I'll have to go up and turn around.
You might just have to do that. Paw.
Paw? Right. So here we are at Universal Studios Hollywood. The ducks. And Sharon's a little cold. She's all bundled up. She actually can barely move. But the ducks are exciting her, so it's all good.
Oh wow, steam or diesel?
They're all steam.
All steam.
They're all steam.
Full size or narrow gauge? Standard?
Standard.
4 foot 8.5 inch. Wow!
And then they've got and then on this plate down there they have the engine 610. That's one of the engines that pulled the Freedom train back in the 70s. 5
Well, I'll be doggone. Well, we get to take it out is because it's a show. That's what we call a show train. You'll notice there are no guardrails on the first three cars there. They'll take us out to the yard in this train, and then they'll bring it around and to Toontown. The characters will climb on, and then around 8:30 or so, 8:45, they'll come up here and they'll stop the train. A little dog and pony show. The characters will get off and welcome everybody, and then they'll put that train away and they won't use it again. So it's very rare that you get to see the Lily Bell, and of course we're going to get a chance to ride on it. One thing I do want to point out on it while we're waiting is wait, maybe we do have everybody. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. We do have everybody. Let's go. The one of it is, it'd be a long way. Stuck in the airport up north, right? It has 2 pilot wheels, the little wheels in the front, and 6 drivers on it. And it's called a mogul. It could have been built as an American type, with 4 pilot wheels and 4 drivers, a 440. But it was built like this when they took that second set of pilot wheels out. And, yeah, you see where it's at, and they put a driver in its place. That makes that train more powerful. Therefore, it's called a mogul, somebody who's powerful. Going to open up for us this morning, sir? Okie dokie. If you'll all get your ticket media, please.
Exciting.
Anybody a cast member? You are. In the summer it won't work.
Yeah, it keeps my fingers like gloves.
Yep. So from now on, you'll have to wear gloves.
It's a real touch for everybody.
We just pulled our milk.
No, you're going to be,
The Disney and Jim
10 for
Studios.
10?
Great movie
Okay,
ride.
Pete.
Great movie ride. We were there yesterday.
Yeah, it's a great one. We were there yesterday too.
And you were?
Yeah, same thing. Great movie ride. That's where we met.
All right. Okay.
So it's good stuff. I love trains. She's just here to humor me.
Walt knew that towns like this were coming out of or going out of existence very quickly. And so when he built Disneyland out in California, he said, I want to preserve that small town feeling, give people a chance to see what they look like in the old days. I grew up in Blissfield, Michigan, and the town I grew up on a farm outside of town, was a lot like this. The only difference, we didn't have a castle at the end of the street, but we did have a stoplight, and for that I was very proud. And the town had all of the working stores and such in it, a lot like we have in a sense of stores that are actually working. I go back to that little town now and there's nothing but bed and breakfast and antique shops and things like that. So Walt wanted to preserve that small stolen. So they sent a couple of armed federale troops to ride shotgun on that brass for fear that the bandits had come out of the hills, hear about it, and literally rob the train and steal the brass and sell it. All right, John, thank you. So they arrived at Brownsville, Texas, by the way, without incident. Incidentally, they didn't go across the bay, which was the shortest way by boat, hauling 5 locomotives. They went up to Brownsville and all the way around the Gulf up to Tampa Bay, because of the cost. Going by way of by railroad is the cheapest way to ship railroad equipment. It's only pennies a pound. So it would have cost much more, it'd been quicker to take them by ship, but it was much cheaper to go around the Horn and come up to Tampa. Any questions up to this point?
You're doing great.
As we leave Main Street, notice that you are about 30 feet up in the air. This is the high point for our railroad. We do not run on a level track. We have grade going down to Toontown. It's about a 1.5% grade. It levels out at Frontierland for about 100 yards or so. And then when we get to Toontown, we immediately go on that short stretch for a 2.5% grade, which is almost all that a steam locomotive can pull. So we have pretty much everything that a steam locomotive can experience. The tracks are set for the spur line, and it's time to put the brakes on. And you can see we don't have too much of a space in there to do that. We would probably go through and open that switch with the wheels and bend it. But with the empty cars, there's a chance that we could derail them, so we try to watch for that.
Cool.
He just found out something that I forgot to tell you about. That switch has a 40-pound pull on it. It has a 40-pound spring. And that's why I didn't have you do it, John. I didn't want to have you pick it up and go like this and have it throw you back. But it did switch the tracks over, and he put the safety key back in it. And then Irwin's going to take him out in the middle of the tracks and do something that trainmen have done for decades. He's going to kick it, first of all, to make sure it's snapped into place. But secondly, we do it just for good luck. Every trainman does it. You throw the switch, you go out and give it a kick. Yeah. We like to do a lot of traditional things on our railway, just like the old-timers did, turn of the century. That's what makes it good. You're right. In fact, the signals that we give, I've had a lot of modern trainmen on and say, oh no, this isn't the signal, it's like this and whatever. And I say, well, at the turn of the century, it was like this. And the backward signal is like this at the turn of the century. The reason that was done was because at the turn of the century, you had a lantern in your hand. And this visualize at night, if you got your lantern like this, you can see that. And if you do this, the lantern goes straight up and down. When the engineer sees it. So those two distinct signs were the ones that were used. So he used that circular kind of motion to show it. And he'll give 3 buzzes of the buzzer. That's also like turn of the century, where we've used Mr. Edison's product on here, electricity. And that'll get us started. And 3 toots means we're going to go backwards. And now that we're moving, and moving. Now that we're about to move, and everybody's safely ensconced on the train, I will tell you this is the only place the Walt Disney World Railroad has derailed. And, of course, we didn't have any passengers on then. You did put that safety key in, didn't you? Okay. That's what happened. They didn't put the safety key in, and since it has that 40-pound spring on it, the first set of wheels went through, or trucks, and then that arm would jump up and go to the middle of its travel and open up that rail about this much. Just enough for the second set of trucks to go that way, and now you got a car going sideways down the tracks. One on this track, one on this one, and it takes about 4 hours to put it back together. Yeah, John?
Did it like tip over or just...
No, it took this little signal light out. We got it stopped before the trees. We are allowed only to go 5 miles an hour going backwards. And so we got it stopped. A person who did that doesn't work here anymore. We've had it done twice. The last time was about 17 years ago, so our training must be pretty good. Now at this point, okay, what they have to do at this point is use the remaining steam that's in the engine to clear the pipes, because the steam is condensed back to water. So they're going to blow out the stack blower here in a second. Open it up. And he's opened up the stack drain, and you can hear it draining the water out. Every once in a while, people are a little tardy getting up here, and they get a little wet from the group. That water comes out of that thing. and then he'll open up the atomizer valve and blow the water out of the atomizer, obviously, because if you didn't, when you put your fire in there, you'd open it up and the water would come out and put your fire out. We use a product called Waste that comes from the mills up in Georgia. We'll put a little fuel oil on it, and we roll it into little balls and put that fuel on it. He's going to turn his hand into a human torch there and throw it in the firebox. And then he'll add the fuel and the atomizer together. Listen for the explosion. Don't say it like that. Hey, rookie, don't be atomized until it pops. I did. Go ahead, John, give us a thrill. Or, John, Gino, give us a thrill. I got him so confused calling him John. That's it. Fuel on? Fuel's on.
It's all part of the show.
Your battery light on?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. Your ride has
Oh, we'll go
stopped
through
momentarily.
sometimes. No guts, no glory, Gina.
Oh, I do it!
I don't know if you're going to do it. And I'll keep these folks back a little ways.
Is that why you're standing
Kaboom!
back there?
I'll stand right behind the stove right here. You know, when we're training folks, some of you ask about training, I'll talk about that right now. We train them down here in a steam class, we call it. Steam school. They learn to light the fire about 10 or 15 times. The first time they do it, they're always a little slow opening the fuel in there, and a little puddle of fuel will get in there and they throw that fire in there. And, no, there goes.
That's good. Fire.
Okay, we can take our place on the front car here. This, by the way, is the generator right here behind the tender. And that generator, he'll turn that on in a few minutes so we can get lights, and everything literally works off the steam from the train.
Feel the cold.
Sharon's nose is cold.
Sharon's nose is cold. Poor Sharon.
Our training program consists of training conductors first, and then moving to training to engineers. How we left start. Our conductors get, pardon?
Female engineer?
Yes, we do have female engineers. We have between 4 and 6 at any given time. The only requirement we have, whether it's man or woman, is to be able to pull a Johnson bar from forward into reverse, because that's actually how we make an emergency stop. The brakes on this train, the air is stored in a cylinder there, and these are not Bendix brakes. Bendix brakes on the real trains, on the main line, when the pressure goes off, the brakes automatically go on. In our case, they work just that well. Take the water from the tender, and by vacuum, or as the wheels turn, this boat moves back and forth, and by vacuum, we'll draw the water out of the tender and pump it into the boiler. This is a device from the 1800s, mid-1800s. When we got these trains, there was a steam-operated water pump right in that wide spot there. But that's a 1925 device. Come on, folks. I'm gonna make the little place here for them to get through.
Thank you.
But since we wanted these trains to look like turn of the century, we took that device off and put these crosshead pumps back on.